You're watching DX Recaps, the place where we break down movies fast, clear, and spoiler-packed. Whether you missed it, forgot it, or just want a quick refresh, we've got you covered. Let's get into the story. The story begins with a cute little beagle wandering alone through the streets, lost, hungry, and searching for a place to rest. Before he can find food, a strange man suddenly grabs him and takes him to a hidden underground lab. This isn't just any lab. It belongs to Dr. Barsinister, a brilliant but mad scientist everyone calls Dr. Evil. He has one crazy dream: to turn normal dogs into superdogs using genetic experiments. Dogs so powerful that they wouldn't need training or humans at all. But the city's mayor shut down his project, calling it dangerous and unethical. Humiliated and furious, Dr. Evil swore revenge. Now he wants to shock the entire city with his next experiment. His assistant, Cad, brings in the little beagle as the next test subject. Dr. Evil prepares a special serum, but before he can inject it, the terrified dog panics and escapes. He runs around wildly, knocking over shelves and bottles. The powerful serum spills all over him, soaking into his skin and changing his DNA forever. Within seconds, strange new abilities start building inside him. Dr. Evil tries to catch him, unaware that the tiny beagle is now strong enough to smash through steel. The dog breaks through a 10-inch thick metal wall, and the lab bursts into flames behind him. Within moments, the entire lab is destroyed. Back on the streets, the little dog is still scared and hungry. He looks for food in trash bins, but the area already belongs to 3 other street dogs. Not knowing his new strength, he gets scared again and runs away. While running, he crosses the road and gets hit by a car. The car belongs to Dan Unger, a former police officer who now works as a security guard. Dan rushes out, shocked to see that the dog isn't hurt at all. The beagle simply looks up at him with innocent eyes. Dan smiles and whispers, "Well, aren't you a little miracle?" He decides to take the dog home, not noticing the huge dent in his car. At home, the dog sniffs Dan's shoes and licks them affectionately, sensing his kind heart. Dan names him Shoe Shine because he keeps licking his shoes. Dan introduces him to his son, Jack, but Jack isn't happy about it. Since his mother died, Jack has been upset with his dad for quitting his police job. Dan wanted more time with Jack, but his new job keeps him busier than ever. Jack feels lonely and distant. When Dan leaves for work, Jack goes to school, leaving Shoe Shine alone at home. The moment they're gone, Shoe Shine smells something amazing: dog food. He searches everywhere until he finds a box of canned food. But when he tries to open a can, it explodes, covering the walls in food. Panicking, Shoe Shine starts cleaning the mess. Just then, the mailman arrives. Hearing the noise, Shoe Shine peeks through the window and barks. The mailman mocks him, so Shoe Shine barks even louder, so loud that the window glass and the mailman's glasses crack. The terrified man runs away. When Shoe Shine turns around, he spots a tennis ball under the couch. He tries to fetch it but accidentally lifts the entire couch off the floor. Moments later, Jack arrives home and is stunned. The house looks like someone broke in. Angry, he shouts, "Who did this?" Suddenly, Shoe Shine speaks softly, "I'm sorry. It was an accident." Jack freezes, shocked. He can't believe what he heard. Shoe Shine is just as surprised. He didn't know humans could understand him. They stare at each other before screaming at the same time. That evening in the park, Jack asks, "How did you get these powers?" Shoe Shine explains, "There was this lab, some creepy humans, and a lot of glowing liquid. After that, everything changed." While they're talking, Jack's friend Molly arrives with her female dog, Polly. The moment Shoe Shine sees Polly, his tail wags uncontrollably. He whispers, "Whoa, is that Miss Universe?" He tries talking to her, but Polly just barks politely, not knowing he can talk. After Molly and Polly leave, Jack tests Shoe Shine's abilities. What he sees blows his mind: super strength, super speed, and super hearing. Suddenly, Shoe Shine hears screaming from miles away. It's Molly and Polly. They're in danger. He shouts, "I have to go." Before he knows it, he discovers he can fly. He crashes into a billboard and a lamppost but reaches just in time. Using his powers, he defeats the robbers and saves Molly and Polly. Polly sees only a blur in the sky, a flying dog who rescued them. Shoe Shine returns home exhausted but proud. Jack returns from school, and Shoe Shine tells him everything. Jack smiles and says, "You don't have to apologize. You saved them." He promises to keep his powers a secret. They fix the house together, and their bond grows stronger. Suddenly, there's a knock. It's Cad, Dr. Evil's assistant. He's searching for Shoe Shine. Jack nervously says he hasn't seen any dog like that. Cad gives him a suspicious look but leaves. Later, Dan comes home and finds the house messy again. Frustrated, Jack still can't explain that his dog can talk and fly. From that day on, Jack and Shoe Shine spend all their time together. They become inseparable, just a boy and his superpowered best friend. Whenever Shoe Shine returns from saving someone, Jack smiles proudly. But one evening, they see breaking news. A jewelry store is being robbed. Shoe Shine rushes out instantly, racing across the city. With his super speed and strength, he defeats the robbers before anyone even understands what happened. The mysterious flying dog disappears into the night. Jack decides to help Shoe Shine hide his identity. He makes a superhero costume with a bright U on the chest. When Shoe Shine tries it on, he looks in the mirror and says proudly, "I'm not Shoe Shine anymore. I'm Underdog." From then on, the little dog flies across the city, helping people, stopping crimes, and rescuing anyone in danger. Slowly, the whole city begins to recognize his name. Every newspaper, every TV channel, every person in town is talking about the same hero, Underdog, the flying superhero. But far away, in the ruins of his destroyed lab, Dr. Evil is still alive and plotting revenge. He tries again and again to create another superdog using his serum, but every experiment fails. Frustrated, he screams at Cad, "I need his DNA, no matter what it takes." Cad bows and replies, "Yes, doctor." To get Underdog's DNA, Cad comes up with a plan. He disguises himself as an old woman and pretends to fall from a tall building. When Shoe Shine sees a helpless old lady falling, his heart melts instantly. "Don't worry, ma'am, I've got you," he shouts, flying down to rescue her. But the second he catches her, he realizes something is wrong. That's no old lady, it's Cad. Shoe Shine tries to escape, but Cad grabs his collar and refuses to let go. They roll and slide across the street, tearing clothes and knocking over trash cans, but Cad still hangs on. After a fierce struggle, Shoe Shine finally slips out of his collar and escapes. Cad, holding the collar triumphantly, rushes back to Dr. Evil. The tag on the collar reveals Shoe Shine's address. Meanwhile at home, Jack notices the missing collar. "Hey, where's your collar?" Shoe Shine shrugs. "Must have fallen off somewhere." Later that day, Shoe Shine meets Polly again. She is still obsessed with the mysterious flying dog. Not realizing it's him, she sighs, "I wish Underdog would meet me someday." Shoe Shine grins and says, "Call for him, and he'll come." That night, Polly looks up at the stars and whispers, "Underdog, where are you?" A split second later, a streak of red and blue cuts through the sky. Shoe Shine lands in his full superhero costume. Polly stares at him, wide-eyed and speechless. They spend the night flying, laughing, and talking. For Shoe Shine, it's the happiest night of his life. The next morning, Jack and Shoe Shine head to Molly's house. But at the same time, Dr. Evil and Cad break into Jack's home. They tie up Dan, Jack's father, and threaten him. "Call Underdog," Dr. Evil demands. Dan, still unaware that Shoe Shine is Underdog, shouts for help. Hearing his owner in danger, Shoe Shine's ears twitch. Without hesitating, he grabs Jack and takes off through the sky. They arrive within seconds, but Dr. Evil is prepared. He traps both Jack and Dan and sneers, "If you want them alive, give me your DNA." To save his family, Shoe Shine agrees. Dr. Evil drains Shoe Shine's powers into glowing blue pills. Then he forces him to swallow red pills that seal away all his abilities. Shoe Shine becomes completely powerless, just an ordinary dog again. Dr. Evil then feeds the blue pills to 3 of his own dogs, turning them into vicious superdogs. His new goal is clear: revenge on the mayor and total control of the city. He and Cad leave with their monstrous new pets. Behind them remain Jack, Dan, and a powerless Shoe Shine. Jack and Dan break free, grab a vial of red antidote pills, and escape with Shoe Shine. Meanwhile, Dr. Evil storms the town hall with Cad and his superdogs. His plan: plant a bomb on the roof that will release his serum across the entire city, turning every citizen into his mind-controlled servant. Coincidentally, Molly and Polly arrive nearby. Cad captures them too, tying them up as additional hostages. Soon, Jack, Dan, and Shoe Shine reach Town Hall, but Dr. Evil already controls the whole building. Citizens gather outside, shouting for their hero, Underdog. Underdog. Shoe Shine looks down at the city he loves. Even without his powers, when he learns there's a bomb inside, he doesn't hesitate. He rushes in. Inside, Dr. Evil corners the mayor. "Rebuild my lab, fund me, protect me, or your city burns." Terrified, the mayor is about to sign. Suddenly, Shoe Shine bursts into the room. In the chaos, Dr. Evil and the mayor both fall. A pocket rips open and glowing blue pills spill across the floor. Shoe Shine swallows one, and within moments, his strength returns. He's back. Underdog has returned. Dr. Evil snarls and orders his superdogs to attack. Underdog dodges every strike, leaping off walls while the entire building shakes. Chandeliers crash, but he keeps fighting. Not just for the city, but to prove that even the smallest dog can make the biggest difference. Dr. Evil watches in disbelief. Even his superdogs can't defeat Shoe Shine. In desperation, he grabs all the remaining blue pills and swallows them. His body mutates horribly. He becomes a monster. With a deep, terrifying growl, he steps forward. Time to end this. Underdog. The final battle begins. They clash in midair, smashing through walls. Dr. Evil's superdogs surround Shoe Shine from all sides, but he stays calm. "He's using you," he tells them, "just like he used everyone else." The words hit them hard. The superdogs stop, then suddenly turn on Dr. Evil. Furious, Dr. Evil slams a control panel and activates the rooftop bomb. 2 minutes until detonation. If it explodes, the serum will cover the entire city. Time is running out. Shoe Shine flies out of the building and races to Jack. "Jack, I need my costume." Jack grabs the red and blue suit and throws it to him. Shoe Shine puts it on, his eyes filled with determination. He's no longer just a dog. He is Underdog once again. With lightning speed, he returns to the town hall. He finds Molly and Polly tied up, rips the ropes, and frees them. Inside, the mayor promotes Dan, restoring him as a police officer. Dan charges forward, grabs the antidote, and injects it into Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil's powers disappear. Helpless and defeated, he collapses as the crowd cheers. The mayor sighs with relief. Jack smiles proudly at his father. But it's not over. The bomb is still ticking. Shoe Shine rushes to the garden. He digs deep, throws the bomb inside, and leaps away. A massive explosion shakes the entire city. The shockwave sends Underdog flying through the air, his cape trailing behind him like a comet. Silence fills the area. People stare in horror. Jack's eyes fill with tears. Everyone thinks Underdog is gone. Then, a faint sound. Shoe Shine slowly opens his eyes. He's alive. The crowd erupts, cheering, crying, clapping. The city celebrates its true hero. Shoe Shine looks up at the sky, smiles once, and soars into the clouds. Heroes don't wait for applause. They simply do what's right. As for Dr. Evil and Cad, they end up exactly where they belong, behind bars. And Shoe Shine? He returns home to live peacefully with Jack and Polly, finally free to be both a dog and the city's beloved underdog. And that is the story of Underdog, the small beagle with a big heart, who proved that real heroes don't need powers, just courage and love. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Drop it in the comments below. This is DX Recaps. See you in the next one.